I never thought I'd be reacting to a video by Smosh, but here we are. This one is called I Regret My Turkish Hair Transplant. I had to react.
Men with bad hairlines, stop scrolling. Why are you even on dating apps? Everyone's repulsed by you and you're disgusting. But if you go to Turkey right now and get a hair transplant, you might just feel the embrace of another human in your life. Go get your Turkish hairline by flying Turkish Airlines.
So one marketing tactic is to try to get people to feel bad about themselves and then give them a solution for how they can look better, feel better, all of the above. So I think that's what they're getting at with the start of this video. And the thing about going to Turkey for a hair transplant is that they offer you the world, right? They say, we're gonna pick you up from the airport, we're gonna pay for your hotel, all of the above. It's like an all-inclusive experience, and some patients love that idea.
Everyone's repulsed by you and you're disgusting. Why are you even on dating apps? Ian, you're a balding piece of shit. You're gonna die alone. Ian Hecock's more like Ian no locks of hair on your head. Forehead more like forehead.
Thanks for coming all the way out here with me. Once I get a full head of hair, I won't want to myself. You know what I mean?
What?
I won't want to myself.
Well, I know this is just a joke, but there are people who are really depressed about their, physical appearance. I think it's always best to optimize your mental state before going for cosmetic surgery. You really want to be actually in a good headspace before you go and get any kind of, work done. I know it sounds maybe counterintuitive because some people feel like, well, I don't feel good about myself because of the perceived issue, so let me go get that fixed and then everything will be great. Most of the time, the people who have a healthy experience with their cosmetic surgeries actually more or less feel pretty good about themselves and about where they are in life before going in for the procedure. And then hopefully the procedure just enhances their appearance and the way they feel a little bit more. But it shouldn't be that, you're like, God forbid, suicidal, or you're, extremely depressed about just life in general. And then you think that the said surgery is going to get you out of that state, whether it's a hair transplant or really any other procedure. So I think that's really critical when it comes to cosmetic surgery.
I won't want to masturbate because women are gonna actually want to have sex with me.
Oh, I didn't think he was talking about that.
Ian Hecock?
It's me.
Do you wish you had more followers on Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you crave validation from strangers?
Yeah.
Are you insecure sometimes?
Trying all of the times.
All these issues stem from not being a fat-ass white boy. But we can fix that with a simple procedure known as POB augmentation. If you have a small ass, everyone makes fun of you behind your back. Fix your ass situation. Get POB augmentation.
Is this like a BBL for guys here? Let's see. Oh no, so they're doing this augmentation in the same clinic as hair transplants. That's concerning. Some clinics will leave you wrapped up when you're going home after the transplant. I prefer to send people out without any bandages, because if you try to remove a bandage at home and you have some extra bleeding, let's say, that's very nerve-wracking and worrisome for the patient. So if you're going to have some bleeding, for example, we'd rather you have it in the office so that when you're leaving the office, you're in good shape, and you don't have a bandage, so you don't have to worry about removing anything at home.
Yo, how does it look?
I don't know. The doctor says I have to wait 3 weeks to take the bandages off.
Yeah, because there's really no reason to leave it covered and bandaged for that long. You really don't need a bandage at all when you leave a clinic. But again, every clinic, every doctor has his or her own way of doing things. So if it makes sense to them and it makes sense to you, then fine. Just realize that there are different ways to go about the bandaging issue.
Yeah, let's take it off right now. Yeah.
Well, the problem with just ripping off a bandage, especially when you're not looking in front of the mirror, is that you can really hurt the grafts, right? So it takes about 72 hours for the grafts to be more anchored in. So if you just go ahead and just peel this bandage off, he could, I mean, if this was a real case, he could have grafts just coming off. And at that point, you've pretty much lost them, unless you're running over and maybe right in the clinic, then maybe they can put them back. But if you're already in your hotel room or you're like on an airplane coming home, of course, those grafts cannot be salvaged. Oh, yeah. They gave him that really low style. I mean, you know, all joking aside, there are some people who ask for, you know, a significant lowering of their hairline, and I think that's what they're laughing at here. But sometimes it just looks funny. It just looks too low. It looks unnatural, especially when you have someone who's, you know, more advanced in age and now they're getting a hairline that, you know, maybe they never even had, or maybe they had when they were 14 years old. So that is something that people request, but tends to not be a good idea. I have a video dedicated to that called like why men shouldn't lower their hairlines, and especially young men. So check that video out if you want to learn more. But in general, it's not the best practice to go for this really low straight across type of hairline.
So, how does it look?
And there's not much space there between the hairline and his eyebrows. So he's got like no forehead left.
Great. Yeah? I look beautiful. It's exactly what I asked for. Oh yeah, dude, I am so freaking hot now.
And remember that with a hair transplant, the grafts are placed quite short. There are some ways to do what's called long hair preview FUE, where you have long hairs that are placed, so maybe you can start to see them in this way. But most of the time, it's going to be the short, stubby grafts that are placed, and so you're not going to be able to just like comb your hair out like this soon after surgery. So they each got something in Turkey, that's for sure.
It's you. Do you have a big fake ass now?
No, my ass has always looked like this. Why are you even looking at my ass, bro?
Oh, I just looked at a man's ass.
So, did you end up getting any more dates?
Oh yeah. Girls won't think I'm a balding piece of shit anymore. Yeah!
Yeah, I mean, it is true that people think that they're going to get a procedure done and it's just going to change their life completely. And, you know, maybe they had trouble dating before and now they think everything's just going to change. And, you know, sometimes that does happen. I've had patients where they're like, I had trouble meeting girls and then now that's better, or I had trouble getting like the job of my dreams, but now, you know, I'm able to work where I want to work. So I have heard of scenarios like that, but usually it's still comes from within. It's that inner confidence. And, you know, sometimes a transplant might help you get there or get a little bit closer there, but you need to kind of work on other elements of your life and your personality and how you project yourself to the world, and not just rely on cosmetic surgery to fix all your problems. He's like an inch taller now because of his hair. Oh, you know what's next? Now he has to get that leg lengthening surgery to be even taller.
Anthony, thank you for hosting tonight's gathering of the POB Club. Tonight we'll be discussing issues such as how to exercise with a fat, dummy, thick ass.
Nice hair.
Oh, thanks. I'm just genetically gifted, I guess.
I've had patients where, you know, we do a great transplant for them and they're feeling good, they're looking good a year out. And when their friends ask them, like, how come your hair is looking so much better? They say, oh, it's just this, finasteride that I started, or it's just this supplement that I'm on. So it's kind of misleading to their friends or to others who might ask them, you know, what's with these changes? You know, how did you get some improvement in your hair? But a lot of people are still not comfortable telling others that they actually had cosmetic surgery. I hope that over time that changes. changes and that people feel more confident telling others about their story and about what they had done, and that we would all celebrate it rather than, frown upon it or call people fake, or as long as the work done was good and that it, looks like an improvement for them.
Unlike those losers that are all losing all their hair, being all disgusting, am I right? Those people suck.
I mean, I don't really care about people's hairlines, so.
What do you mean? You made a whole TikTok about how guys with receding hairlines are disgusting, repulsive losers who don't deserve the touch of another human being.
Oh, that was an ad. I will literally say anything if the money's good.
Yeah, we see that a lot nowadays. You have all these influencers and like UGC creators. They get paid to say a lot of different things, and it's hard to distinguish whether or not they're saying it because they're being paid by a company to say those things, or if they truly believe in it, say what they mean. And it's just that line is getting really blurred. And sometimes it's like, they might change their mind over time. They might learn to really like the product that they're selling, or they might learn to hate it. But if it's paying them well, they might continue to promote it. So it becomes kind of tricky to separate those.
That's highly unethical. So if you don't care about hairlines, then what even do you care about?
I'm sorry, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool. My hair is cool. I'm cool. Oh gosh, someone put a hair in my soup.
I think it's your hair.
What do you mean it's my hair? My hair is real. My hair wouldn't fall.
So after a hair transplant, it's important to protect your original hair with medications, as we talk about, like finasteride. And then the transplanted hair is usually much more resistant to further loss. So I'm not sure which hair he's losing here because, this is all just made up. But in real life, after a hair transplant, let's say, you're growing back your hair and it's looking quite good. I've had patients where they come off their finasteride, or even despite being on finasteride, they have progressive hair loss and they start to lose more hair, but they've had the transplant. So I always remind people that you need to be on medications to protect your existing hair, and then the transplanted hair, even some of that hair can still fall out with the effect of androgens. At least some percentage of that transplanted hair is going to be DHT sensitive, especially with an FUE type of surgery. And so you want to be protecting that hair too with the use of medication. So we talk about that a lot on the channel, but it's a really important concept.
Out. It's okay, fine. My hair is fake.
I know.
And I'm not 6'6".
I know.
And this isn't a real restaurant. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Ian.
Wait, no, please, no. My hair's coming out in clumps.
He's not on that medical therapy. If he went to feelconfident.com and got on some finasteride, this probably would not be happening to him.